By November 2025, it'll have been 4 full years since the last installment of Forza Horizon was released, the longest break in the series' history. 2-year gaps split Playground Games' original first entry in 2012 up until the 4th entry in 2018, with the latest 5th entry releasing 3 years later. With Horizon 4 drifting into delisted purgatory and other open-world driving games like Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown failing to hit the mark, it feels like another Horizon game is well overdue. But will it come to fruition in 2025? Ask the Horizon community if they enjoy the latest entry today, and you'll likely be met with sighs and slumped shoulders. There's a degree of apathy surrounding it that even Papa Fernando can't fix, with player numbers only just hovering above 4s. Oddly, this doesn't tally with its critical reception, as 5 is the joint best in the series, gaining an impressive 92 rating on Metacritic. However, much of the latter's gameplay elements are familiar to long-term Horizon players, with most of its in-game icons and mechanics lifted wholesale from the 4th entry. That's not necessarily a bad thing considering how polished its predecessor felt to play, but there's a general feeling that the series has somewhat stagnated. Horizon 5's hide-and-seek mode, introduced in August 2024, seemed like a promising example of what to expect in Forza Horizon 6, but in reality, it's a reintroduction of cat and mouse from 2009's Forza Motorsport 3. The absence of variety is best exemplified by the lack of proper snow, even during winter playlists. The game is set in Mexico and not Lapland, to be fair, but players still crave a larger city hub than Guanajuato to explore. Forza Horizon's cornerstone of mini dopamine hits, created through the gradual unlocking of cars, events, and wheelspin rewards, is a well-trodden path, but it arguably requires more spice to enliven the experience once again. Furthermore, this title is showing signs of the festival winding down and coming to an end-of-life period. The monthly seasonal playlists, which are a rotating set of challenges to undertake throughout a themed month, have stopped being unique themes for each month, and instead are replaced with revisited playlists from its history. The playlists are selected by a vote from the players, with the first one starting on the 27th of February, meaning you can earn the same rewards if any had been missed. Along with the suspension of unique playlists is the suspension of Playground Games' monthly Let's Go livestream, which showcased the upcoming content for the game, including a preview of the upcoming playlist challenges and rewards for the month. As of November 2024, this series has seemingly been discontinued, with no news of its continuation as of yet. Then there's the release of its latest DLC, named the Ultimate Car Pack Collection, which features all of the pre-existing DLC within one bundle under a discounted price tag. With all of the mentioned changes to the 5th entry, it wouldn't be a surprise to find that the team is winding down support for the title and focusing primarily on a 6th entry. With no official details revealed for Forza Horizon 6, all we can do is speculate, but it will almost certainly be the first Horizon title to break away from the technological shackles of the Xbox One, with Xbox Game Studios chief Matt Booty telling Axios in 2023 that we've moved on to Gen 9, the latest console generation. In the same interview, Booty stated that none of the studio's first-party studios, of which Playground is one, are working on Xbox One titles. Discarding Xbox One compatibility should allow the developer to include larger, more detailed environments in Forza Horizon 6, much like EA has already done with EA Sports WRC and Need for Speed Unbound, albeit without the drawbacks of using Unreal Engine. So, don't expect Xbox One compatibility, but will the next Horizon game even arrive in a playable state on the Series S? Modern titles like Baldur's Gate 3 have pushed the console to its limits, so will Forza Horizon 6 face similar difficulties? Perhaps more intriguingly, Horizon 5 is coming soon to the PlayStation 5. At the time of recording this, a planned release date has yet to be confirmed, but if Horizon 6 were to be released, it wouldn't be a surprise to find it on Sony's platforms.
If you enjoy watching sim racing content on YouTube or just general gaming videos, perhaps you want to have a go at creating some for yourself. This is where Elgato steps in. It has an incredible range of streaming and video production products like capture cards, webcams, microphones, cam links, green screens, anything you can think of that's going to help you with your video production and streaming, Elgato probably has a product. Just make sure you check out the affiliate link down in the description below. By doing so, you'll be able to buy those products, and also Traxion will get a little bit of assistance and support from that as well.
Previous Horizon games have visited the USA, Italy, France, Australia, the UK, and Mexico. Notably, each location features diverse topography, guaranteeing an interesting driving experience, both on and off-road. And this of course begs a question: where could the festival potentially head to next? The countries I just listed also have rich car and motorsport heritage to draw from, which is likely an important prerequisite for the next Horizon Games location. Based on this theory, Japan is an obvious choice for Playground to explore, especially after Horizon 5 recently released a plethora of JDM car DLC. The Horizon series also hasn't visited Asia thus far, so it would make complete sense to base itself in the land of the rising sun. Japan's roads and countryside offer the kind of variety that players would love too. I mean, who wouldn't want to wrap their Toyota A86 around a cherry blossom tree on a high-speed toge run? The iconic expressway between Tokyo and Yokohama, home of the Midnight Club street racing scene, would also offer suitable car-based cultural thrills, with the neon lights and narrow streets of Japan's cities providing atmosphere and challenge. Mount Fuji also potentially offers the ideal launchpad for winter season Horizon hijinks, especially with Fuji Speedway lying in its shadow. Although JDM Japanese Driftmaster and the Car X series both heavily feature Japanese locations, this shouldn't present a barrier to Playground, given the studio's comparative embarrassment of resources. Likewise, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown's Asian setting should be regarded as an opportunity for the Horizon developers to do the continent justice, especially as KT Racing's title turned out to be one of the biggest gaming disappointments of 2024. Germany is another obvious contender, owing to its rich vehicular heritage. The Eifel region's Nürburgring Nordschleife has also become a world centre for car culture in recent years, with Kuno Simulazione trumping the Horizon series by laser scanning 1,600 square kilometres of the area's roads for Assetto Corsa Evo. But Evo won't feature the Bavarian Alps, as far as we know, which would help cover all bases for Germany's presence in Forza Horizon 6, with the country's autobahns, mountain passes, and Peter Solberg taming Panzerplattes providing plenty of character. Germany ticks all of the Horizon environmental boxes, even before we consider it's the home of Porsche, Opel, Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW, and Audi. Other obvious candidates to host the next Horizon Festival include New Zealand and Finland. New Zealand has beautiful scenery, a thriving motorsport industry, and the kind of climate where you can see 4 seasons in one day. Its back roads are incredible too, making its rally stages some of the best in the world. It's basically a giant Kielder forest. Finland also ticks all the boxes as a Horizon location and is the spiritual home of rallying, with its round of the World Rally Championship being dubbed the Finnish Grand Prix thanks to its high speeds and spectacular action. Both locations have the ideal blend of roads, topography and climate, but are perhaps a bit too close in terms of geography and character to Australia and the UK to be considered. Our money is on Japan or Germany then, but of course we can only speculate at this stage. So what about an announcement date? Well, if previous games are anything to go by, Forza Horizon 6 could be announced in June 2025. Each entry had previously been announced within the E3 video games trade show, but considering its fate in 2023, it's likely to be amongst the multitude of titles announced throughout this year's Xbox Games Showcase. And based on past form, the game will likely drop at some point between September and November. You know, if it gets released this year at all. Although Playground Games hasn't officially announced if Horizon 6 is even in production, the Leamington Spa-based studio is actively hiring candidates for the franchise, which is telling. The success of the Horizon series in the past also makes its release a bit of a no-brainer. Since Horizon 5 dropped, it's seen a couple of rivals attempt to snatch its open-world driving crown. The Crew Motorfest has trundled along nicely for Ubisoft since 2023, but was ultimately less well received than any of the previous Horizon games, at a measly 76 Metacritic score. 2024's Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown was billed as a Forza Horizon killer. Sadly, however, its development was beset by staff strikes and delays, with the final product lacking cohesion thanks to frequent server issues and poor performance. The whole situation was more chaotic than chucking a spaniel's favourite toy into a minefield, which frankly leaves the door open for Forza Horizon 6 to reclaim pole position in the open world driving game race. So do you think Forza Horizon 6 will arrive in 2025? And what would you like to see in Playground Games' next installment? Let us know down in the comments below. And as always, subscribe to the Traxion channel if you don't want to miss any future racing game related videos. I also highly recommend you keep an eye on the TraxionGG website, because if there are any updates, any news, any information about Forza Horizon 6, you will be sure to hear it there first. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.